Hello, I am Abby, I am topknotstitcher, and this is Oscar Pepper, and I am totally bribing her to be here with us right now. Is that good? She doesn't realize that there's like 3 treats that are on the couch that she forgot about. There you go. Oh, you're not good at that. That's it. Hi, welcome. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me. I am really excited to see you again. It has been a while. I definitely thought I was going to be able to pop back in sooner than this. Do you know there's treats by your foot? She's so weird. I definitely thought I was going to be able to pop in, and this month has been really crazy, unexpectedly busy and stressful at times, and just long. March was a really long month. Oh, she still has no idea. Hey, come back. She's not that smart. March was a really long month. It was not full of that much stitching. I have a few things to share that I actually worked on. I have a lot of things to share that came in the mail because in my last video I talked about how I was dedicating my haul to Olivia, but at the time very few of my purchases had actually arrived, and now they're all here. So we're going to talk about all of those. I also have several things I received in the mail, and some lovely gifts and goodies that I want to share with you. I have a lot of plans to talk through, as always. I got to verbally process with you all. I think I might do Mania, because I have a lot of things that are like ready to stitch now, and that seems like I should take advantage of the season when everybody starts all the things. And I feel like everybody's kind of been in a start all the things kind of mood, and this would be a good way of acknowledging that and responding to it and starting things, and then we can focus and stitch. So we'll see what happens. I don't even know. Let's see. So we're going to do the giveaway winners. We're going to talk about stitching and new things and mail things. We're going to talk a little bit about books and TV, and maybe a podcast if I can remember what I wanted to talk about. And I think that's it. So let's just jump in. I'm going to warn you now, I'm not as organized as normal. I do have kind of a list of things, but I also just have, you can't see, but several bags of things instead of like a nice stack of what I'm going to show you. So it's going to get a little messy and a little crazy, so I hope you're okay with that. Let's start with the giveaway winners, yeah? Or winner plus. For my 1,000 subscriber giveaway, I have put together a little pack of some of my favorite things that I will be sharing with one of you. And if you don't remember, let me show you a little bit of what's in there. This is still not 100% set. Things are going to be added. I have a few things that are somewhere in my apartment that are going in here. I don't remember. But this lovely prize will include, Brooks Books Cross Stitch Angel Chart Pack, good old chalkboard mandala, which I finished a couple months ago, a lovely Christmas Cross Stitch Creations booklet that has lots of cool designs. Oops. Some of this is not for you. Oh, that's a wedding invitation. See, I'm very disorganized. This is for somebody else. You're going to get a few favorite things, including, one of my favorite little zipper pouch with, my favorite colors. You'll also get a couple of my favorite reusable straws, and one of my favorite things to make reusable life easier are some little tea towels. These are just from the Target Dollar Spot, and I highly recommend that is a great place to start out for a couple basic supplies, because they typically have cloth napkins and towels for every season, and they're pretty cheap and pretty decent quality for being cheap, but they're what I have started just kind of always keeping with me. And if I'm like having dinner or something with a friend at like a fast food place or anywhere where there would be like a paper napkin, I'll pull these out and then I'll be like, you can keep that if you want. And it's very fun. So one for you and one for a friend. Or just 2 for you, that's fine. And some other to be determined charts and goodies. So to enter that, you had to comment on my last video with your favorite DMC color, your signature DMC color, I should say. And it was a lot of fun to read everybody's responses. And the winner is... That's my drum roll. If you couldn't tell, I ruined it by explaining it. I did my drawing before this video because I didn't know how to print it out and show you, and I don't know, all those things. But the winner of this is Stephanie from Ivy House Crafter, or Crafting, Ivy House Crafting, Ivy House Crafts. You know who you are. Congratulations, Stephanie. If you don't know who that is, she is a newer Flosstuber. She started making videos like a month or 2 ago. Probably 2. I've not been watching a lot of Flosstube lately. And she's real sweet, lives in Utah, has some really cool projects going on. She has a lot of videos where her kids are in it, and they are super excited. And a couple of her kids stitch as well, so that's been fun to see. So congratulations, Stephanie. I will get in touch with you to get your address and send that to you. And thank you all so much for being a part of this lovely community. Like, I've told like a couple more people about you, and I love seeing people's reactions. Like, they're like, they don't get it at all, but then once they like kind of get how cool it is and how unique it is, they're like really impressed. And I love getting to be a part of that. The other thing that I was giving away in my last video was a little started project that I received in an eBay lot. This is a little arc, and it is just barely started. Just got a little, just some arc done. And this is going to, where is it? Louise Setzer, if that's how you say your name. So I will get in touch with you and send that to you. And congratulations to you both. That was good. I've got a couple ideas for some future giveaway stuff, but my life is too crazy to take that on right now, so stay tuned. Let's see, what should we talk about next? I think we have 2 options. We can go about this in like a somewhat strategic way, or we can just pull things out of bags. I think we're going to go with the random pull things out bag. So over here I have my basket of whips. So we'll start with whips, and this will include some new starts. Very exciting. First up, always, always, always promising but never finishing, my lovely little eagle. You can see I am very close. I just have this little splotch of feathers and flag left, and it is like 85% done, maybe 90% done. I'm not sure. I love this project once I pick it up and have like stitched on it for a bit, but I've just not had a lot of stitching time, and it's not seen a lot of progress. I did this section today, and I was really dismayed at how little progress I made. But it's a lot of stitching. It's doing fine. My goal, and you're gonna laugh, my goal is to finish this month so that I can do Mania with a clear conscience and have this ready to take with me to StitchCon in June to show off to people and be proud, and then give it to my dad in June. So fingers crossed that happens. It's going to happen. I'm working on it. So that's been kind of my main focus lately. And yeah, I really just want to get it done before I work on anything else. But this month I did work on a couple other things because I went on a little weekend trip up to Tahoe to go skiing, and I thought to myself, you should treat yourself to a break from your eagle and take something that's really fun and maybe a little bit easier, less confetti and all that. So I brought 2 projects, if I can remember where they are. Not you. Oh, they're in the back, of course. So I brought out an old favorite that I hadn't worked on for a while and didn't realize how much I had so much of it done, and that is, sorry, my lighting is not great right now. It's really cloudy today. ooh, let's pivot so we get, I know what we're going to do. Bear with me. You can hit your dislike button if you want to. I understand this is not going to be a comfortable adjustment. Hold on. Oh, that's better. Ah, okay. But now this is going to bug me. Okay. Great solution. Okay. So, Brooks Books, Advent Animals. This is my own layout design for it. And so I worked on this in the car, actually, because we were in a lot of traffic because it was not a great day to drive to Tahoe because there was a lot of snow. And it maybe was not our best decision, but it was fine. And I mostly worked on the border in the car and filling in the elephant. So he's almost done. He just needs like one more color and his back stitching. And then I have my last one, which is the cow. I love her so much because she's got cookies. So I think I would like to maybe finish this during Mania. I wonder if I could do that. I'm not sure. We'll see. But it was fun and a nice project, even though Navy Ada is not great for car stitching. It was the only Ada project that I thought really fit well for what the trick was going to be. So I worked on that a little bit, and then I also had a new start, which I think I started like the night before I left so that it would be kind of ready to go, but what did I do with the chart for this? There it is. I started my Blackbird Beetle cell. This is Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird Designs. I love this chart. I think it's gorgeous. I am doing this along with a lot of the NorCal stitchers and anyone else who wants to join and wants to stitch one of the Beetles pieces. I'm going to move you again. Hold on. Oh, the cat's eating plastic. Hold on. Hey, you cannot have this. Does your cat do that? She's like real into plastic and tape and glue. Like she'll sometimes, if we have like a box waiting to go out to recycle and it's got tape still on it, she will like go over and just start like chewing on it and licking it. Is that a thing? Is that a problem? I mean, I don't let her eat it. I stop her, but it's weird. Anyway, I started this and worked on it a little bit. So I started my little house. Oh, so cute, so cute. My house and my leaf. I love it. I really am enjoying this piece and I'm excited to pick it back up once some other things are done. I'm loving this needle minder to go with it. It's by Jen of Delicious Threads, of course. And I'm stitching this on the called for fabric, which is Confederate Gray by Weeks. And I am stitching it in a lot. Why is this separate? Stitching in a lot of like hand-dyed stuff, which I'm pretty excited about. I've made a mess of it all. How do you all organize? I know this is like, I'm sorry, I'm moving you again. I'm going to stop. Thanks. I know this is like a constant question and topic of discussion, but I'm just curious because it never really seems to result in anything helpful. I have all my DMC on bobbins, but so far I have all my specialty stuff just on its cards, which seems fine, but then it gets so tangled so easily, and like that's messy and doesn't make me happy. So I don't know. If you have a great resource or thought that you can point me in the right direction, that'd be great. But let's put all that aside. I've got a few DMC colors, but I also am using a couple of my Color and Cotton threads from last month. The sage and the clay pot and the wool. Lovely. I'm using a few Gentle Arts. I think only one is actually like a called for color. I got the redwood because I figured the red was probably an important color to get right in this piece. And I think I also got Brandy, which is a real nice goldish. But like I had a lot of other ones that seemed pretty close to what was called for. Like I'm using chamomile instead of a different green. and I'm using Portobello. This was what I used for the roof, so instead of whatever brown they had called for. So that I was very proud of how I was able to find all of those. I'm using Old Salem Spell for some of the, with like the gate or the stone wall or whatever that is. And somewhere I've got, I don't think this is all, somewhere I've got some other threads that I'm using with this. Whoops, already misplaced stuff. So stay tuned, because I think that's going to be like a really beautiful product when it's all done. Obviously, it's going to be gorgeous because Blackbird Designs is gorgeous. And this is all Maddie's fault because she, Happy Go Stitchy, she's all into Blackbird Designs, and I've thought, that's pretty, but no, not for me. But that's wrong. And so now I want to stitch all the Blackbird. I'm okay with that. Okay, so I think those were the only 3 things that I worked on this month. I might have put in a few trees since I saw you last on my forest, but nothing to write home about. And I don't think I worked on anything else that I'm aware of. So let's, I think, move into the haul portion of our evening. I have just decided to embrace the word haul. I don't love it because it just creates this idea of like we have to buy all the things, which I don't appreciate. But it is just such an apt word, especially when you have purchased a lot of things and thought to yourself, like, do you need all this? Yeah, sure. So it does seem great for that. But I think Donna Ray has coined charming, not charming mentions, magical arrivals for things that come in the mail. And I don't know if that applies to purchases and gifts, but I think that's a nice way of looking at it. So I'm going to show you everything that I'm going to show you most of what has arrived in the last month. Several things are in a stack somewhere waiting for like thank you cards and responses. So this is not everything, but it will give you a taste. And this is a mixture of things that I purchased and things I was given. If you are not a big fan of seeing haul, because I know that some of you, I'm just going to tell you now, this is going to take a while, so you might want to jump ahead a ways. But if you want to hang out with me, that's really, really cool too. I think we'll just do the same thing. We're just going to jump in and see what pops out first. Oh, this isn't even really haul. This is just something I pulled out of my, chill. I have a binder that I have all of my like PDF patterns that are printed and other like charts and leaflets and things, little things together. And then I have another binder that has all of the things that I am wanting to start as soon as possible. And the things that I like have some of the supplies for, or maybe all of the supplies. And so I was going through some of those Gift of Stitching magazines that I accidentally printed. And I pulled out a few little things from that I really wanted to work on, including this little tiny chatelaine. It's a little lavender garden. And I thought that was beautiful. Oh, I have a whole project I started and finished. I told you about it last time, that shepherd's bush thing. I'll pull that out. Don't let me forget. So I thought that was beautiful because I would love to stitch a chatelaine, like a full chatelaine, but that's so beyond what I'm mentally ready for right now. So I thought this would be nice and a nice spring or summer project. And I pulled all the DMC and found some leftover Ada. And I was thinking this could even maybe go in a trivet. I don't know. We'll see. It has a real nice interview with Martina on it as well, so I'm looking forward to that. What's next? Oh, this was something I've been buying a lot of things on Stash Unload and Stash Unloading because I've been selling a lot of things, and then I just have like a PayPal bank account that I can purchase things from and feel like I'm not spending any money. So my logic is flawed, but it's been really fun. And so I've been browsing a lot more than normal, and I'm okay with that because it has brought me some real fun goodies. And this one, again, is thanks to Maddie. I got myself, some more Blackbird designs. This is In Friendship's Way, and it is one of their little books. It's got a bunch of little designs and like some strawberries, which I don't get. If someone could like explain that to me, I'd really appreciate it. Because like they're cute, but I don't understand. So it's got a lot of real cute projects, and then it has, what is the reason I wanted it? It has this button box that I really enjoy and thought would be pretty. And maybe I'll make that. I love that the flowers are buttons, right? It's cute. So, got that. It's 11 patterns. That's like a great deal, these Blackbird books. And from the same seller, because like I was going to pay shipping anyway, I also picked up a Lizzie Kate Tiny Tidings because it has a moose and it says Merry Christmas. No, it says Merry Moosemas. Same thing. Peace, Joy, Love, and then a little teddy bear piece. So add that to my Christmas wish list of things I want to stitch for my future cross-stitched tree. Well, not cross-stitched tree. You get it. Let's see. What do you want to do next? Let's pull out... let's do a sprinkle that I received. I received a lovely surprise present from... I'm trying to find the other part. Where did I put it in here? Oh, I put it in here. I'm so smart. I received a lovely little surprise from Corey, the Silent Stitcher. They know I love the moon and found this little moon chart. Oh my goodness. Look how cute that is. And sent me the kit. And hold on. Also went like above and beyond to find the perfect blue fabric. Check this out. What? Yes? Can you even like... So this is Fabrics by LJ. It's my first Fabrics by LJ, and it's a lovely, lovely blue. So I'm definitely going to be starting this in May. And then this chart I am sending off to Audrey, Stitchy Witch 42, when I am done. It looks like it's just leftover floss, so I'll have to check out that it's enough. But I think the chart is stitched like you're supposed to stitch the background. And I don't feel like I have to do that when I have this stunning fabric. So, thank you so much, Corey. You get me. I mean, it's not that hard to get me, I guess, like Moon Cats, Harry Potter books. Coffee. Cookies. Oh, that's a lot of things. But that's okay. I'll take it. Those are not hard things to remember. Not that you have to remember them. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. I feel really out of practice here. Glad you love me anyway. Or at least you pretend to. Let's see what else is next. Trying to like organize myself a little bit in here. Did I show you guys this already? I might have showed you this. I stopped at Goodwill. I have found a favorite Goodwill that has really great prices on everything because the Goodwills near me sometimes have good stuff, but it's like twice as expensive as I feel it should be for a thrift store, and that's not going to work for me. But I found this little frame for $1, and it's got a whoosh, so it could even be an ornament. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but I'm excited to find out. And actually, I think it was half off, so I think it was only 50 cents, which I will take. And I bought something else at that thrift store. Here it is. I also got, a paper piecing book. So this ended up only being like $1 or $2, and it has a whole bunch of different paper piecing patterns for different projects. Like there's this really cool little artist portfolio. That's fun. I mean, I don't really have a need for that, but I think it's beautiful. A nutcracker pillow. What? Like, can you imagine the day when I can make that? Because there's potential. I do have a sewing machine and a will to learn. There's a really cute little calendar. It's just fun, so I'm excited to look through that. I've asked my mother for a quilting lesson this summer. I've not really been sewing at all in the last month because I've been so busy, but I am hoping to change that soon. I have lots of fabric like ready and lots of easy projects in mind, but I just need time to sit down and do it. So eventually I'll have some sewing things to share. There's a lot of trash in here. I apologize. I got a lot on eBay recently that had some fabric in it. I actually got 2 different lots that had some fabric. Some of it I sold and some of it I'm keeping. I'm not, or at least keeping for now. So I got this little, oh, what should I do with that? Like, what would look good on blue and white check? Because I'm not sure. But I decided to hold on to it in case I figured it out. I think that was linen. Yeah, it's like a 28 count linen. I also got a 19 count linen, which who was just probably Kitten Stitcher, because she teaches us so much. I think she was teaching us the different names for different counts of linen. Like we know about, well now of course it's out of my head. Sorry. But you know, there's like a cashel for 36 count. You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, it doesn't really matter. But apparently there's a special name for 19 count linen, which I didn't know was like a thing. But I got this beautiful piece woo, of this lovely gold. I feel like that's showing up pretty well. It's like a nice dark gold, orangey, rich, vibrant, whatever. Kind of like a sunflowery color. It's very autumnal. And it's like real big. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I was kind of thinking, I don't know if I showed this last time. I think I did. Did I? I don't think it's in this bag, so I must have. I showed you last time that I got Unscripted Abby is not prepared. I don't think it's in here, but I think I showed you last time that I bought another Mirabilia that might look good on this because she's all in jewel tones. She's like very dark purple and red and blue. So I might look into that. I don't know if she would fit, and I don't know if she would look good on 19 count. We'll find out. But I'm excited to figure that out. Hold that up. I got one other piece of fabric in that lot as well that I'm keeping, and it is a gigantic piece of fabric. It's this really nice kind of blush taupe. I need to learn color names. It's like kind of brown but kind of pink. It looks like it matches that chair, but it's much darker. Kind of like a sandy, I don't know. This is 28 count. It is like a full yard or more. I can't even tell. It has a label somewhere. So I have no idea what I'm going to put on this. But if like I ever wanted to do a Haid, I would put it on this. This is Amaretto Jaslyn, which I think is like I don't remember. Some sort of blend of something. Kind of like a Joblin. This is huge. Like, that's crazy. So like this alone was worth the price of what I paid for, I think like 10 pieces of fabric. That's crazy to me. I've been spending a little bit too much time on eBay, and I'm gonna chill out starting now. Probably. So I'm excited to figure out what I'm going to do with that. Let's see what else. Who's in here? Oh, let's do this one. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I can't even believe that I didn't start off showing this to you all, because it's, no offense to everyone else who sent me things, but this is like one of the best things I've ever gotten in the mail. I received the most lovely little package from Lynette and little one and eldest over at Homesteading on the Home Front. I sent them some goodies a few months ago, and I received the most lovely little package. Oh no, I don't have the cards. That won't work. I wish the cat was here. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna leave you, and I'm gonna leave the camera running because we're cool like that now. Whew. I got it. Your patience is appreciated. Okay, so they're adorable, and they each made me something. So first off, this lovely little chicken card. How cute is that? I'm in awe. I'm not that hard to impress, I guess, but it's a really beautiful card. Amazing. Little one made me a little card. And there's a pun inside because she gets me. Oh my goodness, can you even? I want to be careful I don't say this and have it be false. Other than my Flosstube ornament swap, this is the first hand-stitched item I have received. So thank you so much. You guys are the best. I love it. I love you all. But that's not all, because also eldest, who if you don't know is a great artist, she sent me Oscar Pepper's first portrait. Look at that. It's her. You can't see, but she's basically in the same position right now. But I won't move the chair again to show you. How cool is that? Man, they get me. They get me so well. They also sent a little pouch. Oh, the cats! And inside, zippers for when I make my first project bags with the zippers, which I gotta tell you I'm terrified to do. But do you notice the gray? Because I sure did. And then Lynette also made me a little, oh, he's upside down. Well, I'll show it this way. A little tiny needle minder. And this is like insanely small and adorable. Like, I don't know if that's 40 count because I'm not going to count it, but it feels really small. It's probably not. It's probably something normal. But he's adorable, and thank you so much, Lynette and everyone. Thank you for making me cry on a really hard, long day, and then I got the most lovely surprise when I came home, and I ran around the house showing it to Birdie. It was very fun. She was a little annoyed at me because I was like shouting. It's fun. You guys are just the best. So somewhere between here and Guam, there's a thank you card heading your way. I have realized that I've been dropping off mail all week in our apartment mailbox, and it has not been getting picked up for like a week and a half. So got a lot of outdated stuff that's getting sent out right now. A lot of belated Easter cards are making their way into the world. But that's okay. We can celebrate it every day. That's cool. Okay, that's trash. Something else I received from a very lovely friend. Hold on, it's all stuck. I got a really lovely little gift, including, oh, Lizzie Kate. I really am enjoying the contrast between this Tiny Tidings and, where did it go? This Tiny Tidings. Like, look how much she has evolved as a designer. Beautiful. This is 21, I think, versus 1. But it's real cute, so thank you, Jenny. I'm not going to share all of that. There's a letter coming your way eventually, but It's going to take me a minute. I also, since I was going on a road trip and I was not sure of the lighting available at the cabin we were staying in Tahoe, and because I knew I would need something similar for StitchCon, I got myself a couple clip-on lights. I really am enjoying this one. It is, it's great. So you have a lot of different options. You can have just one on, you can have both on, you can have them both on all the way, or any combination in between. Super flexible, wide enough it clips onto a Q-snap fairly comfortably. It does slide around a little bit, but I was able to kind of lock it in place with my grime guard. And it is rechargeable, which is the main thing I was looking for. Because first I was carelessly shopping and, it's in the thing behind you. Moving you again, I'm so sorry. I was shopping really quickly because I wanted to order something in time before I left for my trip. And so I ended up getting this light, which I love. It's a little clip-on, and you have to plug it into the wall, or I would show you. But it has two settings, so it will give you like the warm, soft lighting or the super bright lighting. And then it has like two power settings for each of those as well. It's got a nice little clicker, which I also enjoy. And it's got a nice long cord. It's got like a real sturdy clip that's padded. It's kind of heavy, so like I wouldn't have this on a hoop that you're just holding, but to clip onto like a table or something as you're working, pretty cool. So that's going to come to StitchCon with me. Well, I think they both will. So that was kind of a happy mistake because now I have everything I need and more. So those are my light reviews. Oh, I got both of these on Amazon, and I will put the links below if you are curious. The other thing I worked on, it's not in here. I might not show you the thing I finished because I don't actually know where it is. So let's go back to this bag. Oh, let's take out this bag of charts. So as I said, I've been spending a lot of time on eBay, and I'm okay with that because it has yielded some really fantastic charts. And every time I start to feel like a little bit like you really should stitch what you have, I also like to recognize the fact that a year ago, I didn't really think I liked that much out there in cross stitching. And now I look back on that Abby and I laugh and laugh and laugh because she was very silly. So I am really happy to be able to experiment and discover my style and pass along the things that I changed my mind about, or yeah, whatever. So I found a few things that I needed to keep for myself. There were a lot of things that maybe I already told you this. I honestly have no idea. I ordered a lot of things on eBay, like a lot of lots on eBay. And I did that because there were several lots that there was like one or two things in the lot that like I kind of wanted to stitch for myself. And the rest of it I was like, nah. But I knew that I could sell the rest of it or give it away and pretty much keep myself, in the black. So there were a handful of things that I purchased and kept, which include this little cranberry sampler house. It's a little tag. I think what I'm going to do, it comes with like a wooden tag and the cording. I think I'm going to make it into like a little luggage, well, not luggage tag because I wouldn't, but a little kind of like luggage tag for my stitching bag, like stitching tote bag that I'm going to take to StitchCon, and I'm going to change this to something StitchCon-y. Don't know what yet, but I'm very excited to find out. So, pumped for that. And that's fast enough and quick enough that I can definitely do that before StitchCon. I also got this little house needleworks, what's the actual name? Wintergreens. And so it says ABCD Evergreen, FG Holly, IJKL Mistletoe, NO Pine, QRS, etc. So I thought that was adorable. So I kept it for myself. I think I either have one of these that's on my Stash Unloading album or I sold it already. I'll put the links below. I also got this little Merry Christmas. The Merry Skater is what she's called, but I thought that was cute. I'll hold on to that for a while, maybe make an ornament. That would be lovely. I got a little, hippity-hoppity cottontail. Fun fact, when I was like 4, 5, I don't know, we were going to church on Easter, and the whole way there and the whole way, like skipping my way into the parking, or from the parking lot to the church, I was singing Peter Cottontail at the top of my lungs. It's fine. So I kind of forgot about that in time for this Easter, but maybe next Easter I'll make a little something. Who even knows? And then I also got myself a couple little Country Cottage Needleworks, some of their little, not fairy tales, what are these? Nursery rhymes. So we have Peter, Peter, Pumpkin Eater, and Mary, Mary, Quite Contrary. And I don't have an immediate purpose for these, but I was thinking like those would be real cute for a baby gift if I wanted to do that. So we'll see. I also found, where is this? Oh, okay. I might have showed one of these already. I can't remember, but I got another one in the same series. And so these are from the Little Women Virtues series. And I have not bothered to look up to see if that is like Little Women, the Little Women, or just like, that's just a saying. So there's this little loving and faithful friend, and you can change that to someone's name if you wanted to. And it comes with the silk. And then also gentle and kind with the silk. So that's lovely. Don't know what I'm going to do with it exactly, but I like it. In the same vein, I also have a couple other Country Cottage Needleworks with the silk threads. This is a series of 5, the Fall Festival series, and I have 3 of the 5, but I'm okay with that. So there's this couple under the tree. There is their house, or a house. And then this girl in the cornfields, which I really like because I went to college in the cornfields, so I feel like I can relate. So I have, excuse me, this one, and this one. And I'm not sure when I'm going to stitch them or what I'm going to do with them, but I'll figure that out eventually. And I'm excited. And then I also found from the same lady on eBay, she had this sampler that I've been curious about for a while, but didn't love enough to pay like $15 for it, and she was selling it for like $6 or $7. So I got Long Dog Samplers Day and Night. You know me, I love the moon. So anything that has to do with the moon, like I'm all over it. And I've seen this before and thought like, I don't love most samplers. I'm kind of coming around to them a little bit more. But I do love the moon. I like the architecture in this. I like the borders, just houses and trees. So I don't know, I'm like kind of into it. I'm not sure. It says, if you're curious, day and night, sun and moon, air and light, everyone must have and none can buy. So I like that. You know? Your basic needs, day and night, sun and moon, air and light, covered. So we'll see. I was hoping it would come with like more of a story or explanation for the sampler, but I don't think it has anything to that effect. It does not. So if you know anything about this sampler, let me know. It's one of their older ones. Let's see if there's a date. It does not have a date. But it's not too hard to find if you are curious. And that is most of my eBay stuff. So let's switch over. Oh, well, there's some more eBay stuff. And then there's some more Stash and Load stuff. And then I'm going to stop spending money. I got another lot on eBay that included a lot of needlepoint charts and other things that are not my style at all. And it came with a lot of fabric, which I was into, and it came with a few surprises because I ordered this like a month ago and then I forgot about it because it was shipping from overseas, well, Canada, not overseas. And I honestly forgot about it, and then it showed up and I was like, what is this? So I'm reselling a lot of it because it's not my style, but there are a few things that I really wanted for myself, including, 35 cats. Yes, please. They're very, very cute. It's a cat for every occasion. There's Halloween, there's a cat in a fishbowl, there's a cat in a litter box, there's a Santa cat, there's cats in every position possible. It's cute. There was also a little Beatrix Potter, The Tale of Two Bad Mice. So I think there are 4 patterns in this. No, there's 8 patterns in this. So it tells you the story of the 2 bad mice, and then the rest of the story of the 2 bad mice, and it has all of those charts. So I used to enjoy some Beatrix Potter in my day. I had a little, like, not a doll house, but it was like a little tiny playhouse thing with these little tiny puppets, or like finger puppets of Beatrix Potter and, or not, Peter Rabbit. And they were very fun. So I enjoyed that and decided I would keep it. Again, maybe a great baby Stitch at some point. And then this was like a total surprise because I didn't know it was going to be in there, but I got this, color card for Anchor threads, and it has the actual threads. Yeah. And it even has like a breakdown of, for each color, like what types of thread is that color available in. So, like your regular embroidery thread, is it available in stranded cotton, pearl cotton, etc. That means nothing to me because I'm only really stitching in one. But I thought that was like a cool addition, that it has these flappy things to be able to give you that information as well. So I'm excited for that. I don't know like how soon I need this to do anything, and I don't usually stitch in Anchor, so that's like a whole mystery. But I just thought it would be nice to be able to kind of use when making color decisions. Sorry. There was also something that I needed to keep because it's full of cats. But this is a cross-stitch calendar, a stitch in time. This is like a 1992 calendar, but every pattern is a cross-stitch cat. So like, yes. 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 Oh, absolutely yes. Yes, this is my birthday month, so I'm always partial to whatever May's picture is. If May is a good picture, the whole calendar is going to be a good calendar. Oh, they just cracked me up. A little cat Afghan, a Kafghan. Oh, I love it. Just working away at that piano. Oh, a little Halloween cat. Oh. And some ornaments. Like, how fun is that? So, like, obviously I had to keep that for myself. Obviously. Okay, and then also in that packet there was a ton of fabric. And I don't even know what all of this is. It wasn't all labeled. It is a little bit smoky. So I've been working on getting the smoke smell out of it. But it's totally worth that hassle. I'm not going to show you all of this because that's a pain, and also some of it I'm going to be giving away. But I got a gigantic piece of a lovely white linen. I don't know the count. I don't remember the size, but like I can do something with that. This I thought was gorgeous. I don't know what it is. It's a bell pull cut, but it's this real nice light sage linen. So do something with that. See, this is why I feel like I need to do Stitch Mania, or not Stitch, yeah, Stitch Mania. mania because I now have all the charts I need for my life, all the fabric I need for my life, and I have a fair amount of thread plus a monthly thread club, so like I'm doing pretty good. So someone like talk me into or out of that, please. Probably into is fine. A little piece, a couple little scraps, little ends and pieces of linen. So that will be handy to have on hand. This lovely kind of brown. Oh, maybe I can use my color card to help me out. I don't know if it has like color names on there or just the numbers. This one I also really, really enjoyed. It's a nice kind of chalkboard green in an even weave. So something great will go on there. Maybe something Christmassy. I don't know. This really lovely linen. A couple other like little pieces of things. And then this one, which I was like super excited about, which is a 25 count Lugana, black Lugana. I love black and gray, and I love 25 count, and I don't know what I'm going to put on here, but it's going to be something spectacular. Ooh, maybe those Russian eggs, because they're charted to be on black, I think. And then one other giant piece of fabric. No, not giant piece of fabric. This one's cut down. But this is a 25 count also. I mean, that is a pretty giant piece of fabric. So, that was like a crazy fabric windfall that kind of fell into my lap, and still need to get some smoke out of that. But I do think that it is not so bad. It can't be done. Stick it in the freezer for a while. Get some more baking soda. If you have any favorite fabric tricks for odor, please let me know. Okay, a few more things. We're almost done. This is, Olivia, this is why this is dedicated to you. I also bought a few other, I don't remember if this was from Stash and, it doesn't matter. I bought this either on Stash and Load or it was also in a packet of one of my eBay purchases, but these little cats, cat nap. So I thought those were cute. They look very fluffy and tubby like my cat. I also got an autumn basket snippet. And then my dear Donna Ray sent me the spring basket, I think, or something similar. It's in the other room, or I would show you. But thank you, Donna Ray. And now I have this one. So maybe if I can track down summer and winter, I could find something to finish them on that I could rotate them in and out. Ooh, who knows? But got that. And I'm not like the world's biggest Lizzie Kate fan. I do really enjoy, especially like her Christmas ornament designs. But a lot of her designs have a lot of text, which is not super my thing. But I, like everyone, was like, oh no, she's retiring. This is going to change our entire lives. And I should see if there's anything I want. So I just started paying more attention when Lizzie Kate's were posted for sale. And I found this one, and it came with a thread and some buttons. And I thought that was cute. And definitely something I could stitch and give away or stitch for myself. So Noel, Joy, and Fa La La, which I will probably, I think, rechart to like Peace or something. I want it to fit more with those two. But it comes with the linen. It's real stiff. And I really love how like compact that is. Like it's just a card with the charts on the back. Crazy. And then this is one of my favorite things that I have purchased and that I'm very excited to stitch and that I will be doing my best to convert to look a little bit different. Look at that cat! This is a Margaret Cherry cat, floral cat. It's so happy, so cute. It's real little. I think it's like 3x5 or 4x5. So theoretically it would go quickly. And I am going to change the colors to be in grays for my little cat. And I think I would mostly just have to, like the tail, I need to make darker because her tail is darker. And her paws are technically white, but I think I'll make them dark because I think that will look better. But oh my goodness, I'm so excited. Look at those whiskers. Like, how ridiculous are those whiskers? So into it. So that was a very happy find. Now I just want all the Margaret Sherry cats because they're adorable. Okay, I think that takes us through most everything that we need to talk about. Oh, these are magazine shirts. That doesn't count. That doesn't count. Okay, so we're doing pretty good. This is, pretty long, and I've been rambling a lot and kind of making a fool of myself, but, like, I'm totally cool with that. What else was I going to tell you about today? All the haul, some mail, but I left all the mail in the other room. I do have, if anyone's curious to see, I have a whole bag here of all the stuff that I'm selling on Facebook. So if you don't use Facebook and you want to know, I don't know, hit me up. There's a lot of really good stuff in here. Let me show you a couple. Because there's a lot of, like, kind of older leaflets and things that are not that exciting, but, like, also, ooh, a Wysocki Fresh Eggs Farm Country eggs, which I thought was real cute, and I'm not going to stitch myself, but it's adorable. It's just the chart, it's not the kit. So I'm selling that. I'm not showing you that because I'm giving it away. There's a real cute little Halloween piece that comes with the buttons from Just Another Button Company. There's some great stuff on there, so I'll put the link below. I don't know. There's a lot of great stuff. Almost fell. Oh, right here, a book. So let's move on. We're not talking stitching anymore, so if you want to peace out, that's cool. If you're still with me, good for you. Thank you so much for being here. Please let me know what your plans are for Mania, because the more people who are doing Mania, the more support I have from, like, my actual people, not just like Stitch Mania as a whole, because I don't go on Stitch Mania very much. Let me know. Or if you feel like you need to talk me out of it, let me know. I would appreciate that. And we're gonna switch gears and talk movie and book, because I talked about this in a few videos ago where I just showed Oscar Pepper and I was just chattering away. But I know not all of you watched that one. So if you haven't watched that and you're still with me, you're in for a treat, because I have a new favorite thing, and that is Paddington. Let me tell you something. I saw the trailer for the Paddington movie when it came out a few years ago, and I thought, that looks really dumb. Why would anyone want to see that if they didn't have kids? And Abby ignorantly went on with the rest of her life. And then this year, Paddington 2 came out, and I was listening to a podcast that recommended it, and I was like, that's silly. But the first one was on Netflix, and I was bored one night, and I was like, hey, Bird, do you want to watch Paddington? And she was like, yeah, sure. And we just put it on thinking, like, we're both, like, working on other stuff. Like, I think we were, like, working on our budgets or something, something, like, responsible. We just wanted something on. No, it sucked us right in immediately. Adorable, heartwarming, heart-wrenching. I cried so much. It was beautiful. It is a movie that transcends the genre of children's movies. And it was lovely. And luckily, we saw it while Paddington 2 was still in theaters, so we got to go and see it in theaters, and it was exquisite. It was so beautiful. The second one is even better than the first. I feel like Paddington has made me a better person, and that sounds like really stupid, but it's very true. I feel like I have been kinder and gentler to people I work with and people I interact with on a regular basis. I kind of just, like, step back sometimes and, like, think less selfishly throughout the day. I don't typically feel like I'm that selfish of a person, but I think Paddington's way of life really helps you kind of get out of that mentality of constantly, like, protecting yourself and taking care of yourself, and, like, kind of looking to what impact do you have on other people and how you can improve that. So it honestly has changed my life, and I highly recommend it. Almost everyone I have told to watch it has loved it. There's one person who watched, like, half of the movie and was like, I didn't like it, and stopped. So you might fall into that minority, and if that's the case, I really appreciate you trying. But I am pretty sure that you're going to love it and it's going to change your life. And maybe your perspective will be different if you have kids and you watch a lot of kids' movies, or I don't know. But I just have loved it so much. I've watched the first one not that many times, but like a lot of times for only seeing it like 2 months ago. And tomorrow, Birdie and I are going to have coffee and watch the second one because it is now available to purchase. And my top knot is exploding. I just really love it. And so I was like, you know what? I never really read Paddington as a kid. Like maybe I did, but I don't have a strong memory of it. Like I kind of understood as a concept, he was a bear, he was left at a tube station and taken in by a family. And like that's all I got. So I thought to myself, you know what? I bet is really cute is if you get the book and you read it, because that's what I do. I read the book before the movie. And I watched the movie and then I read the book. But I got the first book from the library and it was adorable. It was so sweet. It was just amazing. There were a lot of stories that were clearly adapted to the movie, or kind of, merged into things for the movie. And there were some nuggets that were new and exciting, but it was all lovely. And I have decided there's like 20 Paddington books or something. I haven't done research to find out if they're all like legit Paddington or not. So if you know more about Paddington, like please let me know, because I'm a huge fan. But I got the second book, which is Paddington Abroad. Like, look how cute. So this is my new nighttime read. I like read myself a bedtime story because I just read a chapter or two of Paddington every night and I sleep better. Lately I've been getting nightmares really easily, and so I have to be careful of what I read before bed. And Paddington has been perfect because it's just so pure and so good. And I think in this book, they go on holiday and Paddington is in charge of their itinerary, and it is adorably chaotic and it goes very wrong very fast. But he's just trying so hard. Oh. So I hope that I've convinced you to give it a shot. If you watch it or read it and you love it, please let me know. If you don't love it, you can tell me. But just know that it's gonna hurt a little bit. But it is okay. I respect your right to dislike a bear. But the movies, I think, are just like exquisitely done. Like production design is fantastic. They're very like colorful and very like whimsical while still feeling realistic, other than the talking bear part. There's some real surprising casting in there. Like Hugh Grant is in the second one. Who's the girl in the first one? Nicole Kidman? Like, come on. It's fantastic. And, I always forget her name. The woman who plays Mrs. Brown. She's fantastic. She just won something for something. Not for Paddington. I clearly know a lot about pop culture, if you can't tell. So, Paddington. Recommend. I feel like I had one more thing I was going to tell you about. And what was it? Oh, Book of the Month! I was going to talk to you about Book of the Month again, because I realized at the last video, I said at one point that we were going to talk books, and we never did. And I was really sad about that, because in the video before that, I'm going to get up again. Hold on. A couple of videos ago, or 3 videos ago, who knows, I told you all about this book, Sourdough, and Book of the Month Club, and how much I was loving it. And I wanted to follow up because I finished Sourdough, and I loved it. It is like a ridiculous story, but in the best possible way. And one of those books that's like really fun and lighthearted and not sad. Like it might have been sad at one point. But not like most books where it's going to like make you weep. Or at least a lot of the books I read. It's just really fun and ridiculous. So this woman ends up with a sourdough starter. She like works in tech. She's not a baker, but she learns how to make bread, and then she gets swept away in this underground food scene in San Francisco. And it was really fun because there is like an Alice Waters character and kind of a lot of jabs at Chez Panisse, where I now have a friend who works at Chez Panisse. So like I feel like I got an in now. I'm not going there anytime soon because I don't have $400 for dinner. But someday before I move away, I'm going. Or I'll go to the cafe, which is cheaper. But anyway, it's real fun, and I wanted to let you know that I really loved it. It went in a lot of unexpected directions, but if you enjoy bread, if you enjoy magical realism, because there's a little bit of that, but very mildly, because that's not my thing. If you enjoy people pursuing their dreams, or just going through transition in life in general, because I feel like I also appreciate it, because I'm trying to figure out what to do with my life. And yeah, just kind of like a really cool single girl taking the city by storm and making her life awesome. Yeah, I just really loved it. I love when plots are not driven by romance, because I hate getting into a book and then having it being like taken over by a romantic plot and being like, I mean, that's fine, but like that's not why I was here. And this book doesn't do that. I also just love a good food story and a good like entrepreneurial story. So I wanted to tell you that I loved it, and if you haven't tried Book of the Month, I'll put a referral link below. Your first book is free, or it's $5 or something, and then you can pay monthly and get your pick between 5 different new releases, usually all new releases. And I just picked out my April book, which is coming soon, but I'm getting Circe by, I don't remember, but I'm really excited for some mythology, because that's like one of my favorite things, and it makes me sad that there's not kind of better representation in adult fiction. Like there's a good amount of children's fiction that covers mythology, but I've been kind of disappointed by some of my mythological finds so far. So I'll report on that soon. And with that, I'm going to stop talking, because this video is super long and my throat is getting sore. I didn't drink like any water. Where is my water bottle? Right here. Are you all part of Flosstube Fit Club on Facebook? It's it is Kismet Stitch's brainchild. It's a really lovely, supportive group. I don't spend enough time on there, and I should do that more, especially because I've got some exciting stuff to report lately, because I've been really working on my water goal. This is a 40-ounce water bottle, and this is what I take to work with me every day, and I try to finish it by the end of the workday, which is really hard. And I'm really bad at it, especially in the winter when it's kind of cold and gross. But I guess a package just got delivered at my door. That wasn't a real knock. But now I feel really self-conscious that I'm talking to myself. Okay, they went inside. But I've been drinking a lot of water, and that feels great. And I also went to a yoga class last night, because I have a friend who goes to yoga twice a week, and she invites me all the time, and I'm always like, oh, I don't know. And the time that she goes, it's like a little hard, because I have to be able to coordinate leaving work at a certain time to get there. But I was able to go yesterday because it's spring break, and it felt so good. That was my first class in over a year, and I was really anxious. Yoga classes stress me out. New studios stress me out. Not like knowing exactly what we're doing always stresses me out a lot, but this was like a very great atmosphere. Very affordable as well, which is great. And I felt so good afterwards. I can really feel it now. Like today, I can tell my body is like, what did we just do? Because I've not been treating it super well. I've been sitting a lot. So this is my PSA to check out, something new near you to get moving or something. Or if you think that you're going to be really bad at yoga, there are a lot of studios that are very welcoming and helpful and like low stress, low key. Because I was feeling out of place, and within like a minute of class, I was like, oh no, I'm fine. Everything's fine. This is great. And it was just so helpful to like slow down and breathe and stretch. And I touched my toes. I could not do that before I went into class. I'm very, very stiff and sore all over the place all the time. But I was like on fire once I was in there and warmed up. So I've been doing that, doing yoga, drinking lots of water. I feel like there's one other thing. Oh, I'm also eating gluten-free right now. We're doing Rambly Life updates at the end this time. That's cool. My roommate and I are eating gluten-free. She's doing it for more personal and, necessary reasons. But I decided to do it along with her because I've been eating not great. I've been eating for convenience and not for health. And so now we're like meal planning together and cooking together, which we haven't done for a while. And it's been really fun to like discover all new tips and tricks and snacks and things. So if you have any favorite gluten-free favorites, if you have any favorite gluten-free items or recipes, please let me know, because we're always on the hunt, and it's always nice to save money on a brand that you might find does not taste good. We fortunately live in a place where it's really easy to find gluten-free alternatives. There's a really great gluten-free bakery near us too. Birdie doesn't know that yet, but I know it, and I'm going to get there soon. Okay, I think that's all my rambling and updates and things. I need to clean up my mess, and I need to organize my stash because now it doesn't fit. I love you. I miss you. I look forward to catching up on some videos. I have been just like really discouraged by the size of my queue right now, and I don't like that feeling. I want to be able to watch everyone who I love and be able to watch new people and all of that, but that's not the season of life that I'm in. So there are a handful of people I'm trying to keep up with regular updates, and then there are several where I'm just trying to like kind of pop in and out and catch up with you where I can. But yeah, I wish I had, even on double speed, I can't keep up. I also, though, part of that, we're back to rambling. Part of that is because I have been getting a little bit more back into TV, which I took like a pretty solid break from TV for the last few months, and have just been Flosstube and like a handful of episodes of stuff. But I have fallen in love with a couple shows, and I'm going to tell you about them. The first one is Last Man on Earth. I watched the pilot for this show when it came out. I think they're in like season 4 right now. I watched the pilot and I thought, this is really dumb. I don't like this character because he's kind of a jerk. And like, I just don't get it, and I'm not interested. So I stopped watching it. And then I found out my sister still watches it, and I was like, oh, well, like, if she likes it, like, I feel like she would be driven really crazy if like his humor was like the main thing. So maybe I'll try it. It's fantastic. It's the end of the world. It's like in the future, there's been a virus, everyone's dead, or so they think. So like, he thinks he's the last man on Earth, but like actually there's some other people, and they get up to things. And it's really fun because they get, like they're the last people. So it's like, you go into a neighborhood, which house do you want? Cool. You go to, like they get to just like kind of live their lives however they want and do lots of like fun, crazy things. There's also obviously like a lot of drawbacks to their life, and a lot of drama and a lot of crazy things happen. It's like very cliffhangery. Like every episode will kind of end with a twist. So it really keeps you hooked, and yeah, I've really enjoyed it. So recommend that. It's also a short sitcom. Well, is that a short comedy? Is there a difference between a sitcom and comedy? There's no like audience. It's just a show. But it's a short show. It's a half hour. I can't talk. I've also been very excited that there are 3 shows that have new seasons on Netflix. So they all just got second seasons released this month, or in the last few weeks. So the first is Jessica Jones, superhero show. That's not my normal genre, but I love her. So I'm currently rewatching season 1 with David Tennant. Oh my goodness, it's so good. It's so creepy. And then getting ready to watch season 2, which just came out, and I've been told is not as intense, or not the same kind of intense as season 1. So I'm looking forward to that because season 1 is a mind game. Jessica Jones. Santa Clarita Diet, I also kind of binge watched a couple months ago. It's Drew Barrymore. She's like a mom, and suddenly she's a zombie and gets up to some hijinks. So season 2 just came out of that, so I'm going to watch that at some point. And then I also didn't realize that the second season of Series of Unfortunate Events is out too. And I'm very excited because I love those books. I've read them so many times as a kid and as an adult. And I am in the camp where I really loved the movie with Jim Carrey. I thought it was excellent. I thought they did a really good job of kind of combining 3 stories into a really well done movie. There are some people who do not agree, and that's fine. And I also really have enjoyed the series. there were definitely moments, I think the first like 3, so if you don't know, it's a book of, or it's a series of 13 books telling the unfortunate events in the lives of the Baudelaire orphans. And in the show, each book gets 2 episodes that are like 45 minutes to an hour. And so in the first season, they did the first 4 books. And so the first 3, a lot of them kind of, like a lot of parts felt really shot for shot from the movie. And that was really hard because it was not as good as the movie. I thought that the movie children were better and just a lot of things were better. And like the things that they were adding didn't seem to really add that much to the story. Like I was a little bit like, why did it take you an hour and a half when the movie did this story in 30 minutes? That kind of thing. But then you get into the books that the movie didn't cover. And that's where it's a lot more interesting because you get to see a lot more of the story and you get to, get to stay in that world longer. And it's very, very fun. So this one continues with 4 new books and I'm so excited. Or 5 new books? I don't remember. I think this season might cover 5 books. We'll find out. So I'm excited for that. Right now I'm doing Jessica Jones because Birdie is also on spring break, so we've been watching that together, and she doesn't have interest in the other shows right now. So that's what I'm currently watching. Let me know what you're currently watching other than Flosstube, or let me know like who's your favorite new Flosstube. Just let me know all the things because I miss you. I'm going to go because this is too long. It's going to take 10 hours to upload. Goodbye. Happy stitching. Happy April. I'll see you again soon, maybe. And if not, then I'll check in May and let you know what's happening for Mania.